This is OmniBros Live. I'm assuming we're live at this point for the week of Wednesday, January 31st, 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I hope you are enjoying this beautiful Wednesday night. Yeah, I'm all over the place right now. And there goes my phone. First thing that goes off right at the beginning of the chat. Bill Collectors. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a good night. And with me, as always, ladies and gentlemen, is the best goddamn co-host a man could ask for. The OmniDog, Mr. Jess Bragg. How are you?
Heyo, thank you for that, Luis. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. That was a bill collector, so that can wait. I'm doing
perfectly well. Oh, it was really a
well.
bill collector?
Huh?
That was really a bill collector?
That was really a bill collector. That dude can wait. It's not a big deal. I've still got electricity, I've got internet, and I've got my car and the house, so everything else can wait. And
okay,
food.
Good.
That's what my mom used to say all the time. How are you, Jess?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm hanging in there. Various ailments are coming to a close. I'm on the mend. I'm on the rebound. I'm almost pain-free.
You're almost on the other side of that terminal. Yeah, we were talking in the pre-show chat that you have had a surgery almost every single year since like 2011, right?
Yeah, I've had a lot of problems. Nothing major, nothing like heart surgery or anything. It's my knees, it's my foot, it's my teeth. I've had so many surgeries on my knees and my feet, and I just had an implant put in today in my mouth. It's my 5th implant, so took some stitches in there, and that's it. 2018 from now on is pain-free. I am not tolerating any pain. I am declaring this a pain-free rest of the year. January 31st, starting February 1st, that's my 2018. New year, no pain.
There you go. That's the way to go, man. You gotta think positively in these cases. This will be a good year. No pain. Nothing will happen. So far, so good. You're a few months in, and you already got that patched up already.
Right. After I broke it eating pizza on the OmniBros show.
I still can't believe it was on pizza. Like, out of all the things in the world, it's so soft. You would think. I think the next equivalent thing to breaking your tooth on pizza is probably like yogurt or something along
well, it was thin crust pizza that had been refrigerated, so it got hard.
Okay. So, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
And then it was, the tooth that has the bicuspid type of thing, and it's, I don't know, whatever. It's gonna be fixed now, and I'll have a mouthful of teeth again instead of being like a 90-year-old guy.
Hey, but Jess, do you know what's always good to read when you are sitting in the doctor's waiting room to get your teeth fixed?
What's good to read?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be the new releases from InStockTrades?
That is correct, sir. Wow. InStockTrades, our new sponsor. Just why don't you tell them all about InStockTrades for me?
InStockTrades, also known as IST, is the sponsor of Omnibroslive, where you can find brand new books, collected editions, trades, oversized hardcovers, omnibuses for 40 to 50% off in many cases, with amazing shipping, free shipping over when you make an order over $50 in the United States. Sorry, all you European OmniBros. $50 gets you free shipping in the United States. And there are a couple of issues that we're going to clarify tonight. One, the OmniBros discount. It is going to be issued quarterly, so we don't know when that is yet. IST hasn't told us, but it'll be quarterly. It is not stackable, and instead of the normal 2%, it's probably going to be 3%. So you'll get a 3% discount with the code, whatever code word they give us. So it won't be an extra 3%. It'll just be whatever they say. So it's not stackable, and let's see, what are the other issues? Yeah, $50 in the United States. I don't know about Alaska and Hawaii. If you live in Alaska and Hawaii, take it up with IST. I have no idea. But great customer service, great packaging, great prices, great condition in the books, InStockTrades for all your collected edition needs.
Amen to that. Are you, as somebody that is a collected edition collector, or formerly was, I always hated it ordering from Amazon because it was like I was rolling a dice or like doing the monkey's paw thing, because I would get my books quick, but you never know what you got. Sometimes you got a little piece of paper inside of it saying that didn't say anything, and they called it packaging. They never really even tried. So with InStockTrades, though, you get bomb-proof packaging. I personally have been collecting comics, especially hardcovers and collected editions, for about 4 years at this point, and I have never had a banged-up book from them. And those that have had great customer service with them.
Right. If you order an absolute from them, no matter what else you order, you'll get a giant box filled with about 40 pounds of styrofoam peanuts. There is nothing that's going to touch that book. It's so surrounded by styrofoam peanuts. If you get a smaller book, it's going to be the special packaged foam that fits right around the books and cradles them gently and lovingly. So, like, yeah, you're right. And instead of a competitor, which will just toss in a couple of air pillows in a box and then chuck it, yeah, that's not how IST works.
All right. Thanks again, guys. Thanks once again for InStockTrades for sponsoring us, and we can kick things off. For those of you out there, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Wednesday show. This is kind of a free-form podcast type video show where me and Jess, we take questions from the audience. We talk about comics. We talk about vinyl. Last week, like 2 weeks ago, we talked about smoking for about a good 20 minutes, and that was actually a really popular segment, believe it or not. So with that said, guys, this is the show in the week where we get the most audience participation. We ask you guys to ask us questions in the chatty chat next to that little video corner right there, and we will answer them. So we appreciate you guys, and let's get things started. Like we've already said, Jess, I was looking online today, and I found this news story that kind of made me laugh. So I'm sure you've heard of like emotional support animals, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the most you've ever seen from an emotional support animals? Mostly you get people that have dogs, cats, things
dogs
like
and
that.
Cats, right? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
this lady tried to get a peacock on her plane because, and I quote, it was an emotional support animal.
An emotional peacock?
An emotional peacock. Now, can you guess the airline she was trying to fly on?
Oh, gosh, there's only a few left now. JetBlue.
Nope.
Trump
the only
Airlines.
Airline that would probably be batshit crazy enough to let it happen.
Oh, United?
Bingo!
They allowed a peacock on the plane?
No, they allowed a peacock through airport security. The peacock never made it onto the plane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The peacock did make it through airport security or got stopped at airport security?
It made it through airport security as far as I know.
And so it was the United gate agent then that halted the peacock from...
Yeah, you can't bring this thing onto the plane.
Who has an emotional peacock? That's great. Those things, I've heard those things like in the morning. They have a terrible screeching, piercing sound from them. There's nothing cuddly and emotionally supportive about them.
The best thing about it is that there was somebody that actually took a picture of the peacock, and you see it waiting in line to be seated. The lady apparently bought. Okay, so the lady apparently called the airline and asked like 4 times, "Hey, can I bring my bird?" And they're like, "No, you can't bring a peacock. Are you crazy?" So she ignored it. She bought 3 plane tickets, 1 for her, and I think the other 2 were for the peacock so it could spread its feathers. And she gets there, and she gets through security, and they almost let him on the plane.
Just when I think people can't get crazy enough, they seem to be getting even crazier. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is genuinely crazy.
Yeah,
To
no.
have an emotional peacock is crazy, and to think you could take one on a plane. If I was a passenger on a plane and I saw somebody getting on with a peacock, that's the plane from hell. I would get off immediately. That cannot end well with a peacock on a plane, an enclosed tube in the sky.
Oh.
No.
See, I'm a nervous flyer. I hate flying. I
Oh.
cannot stand flying. I'm one of those guys that the minute turbulence hits, I wake up and I go, oh, this is the end. This is the big one.
I don't like turbulence either.
I am a wreck when it comes to flying, so much so that I have to take I take like a Benadryl, I take whatever I can so I can knock out the whole plane flight. I hate it. I can't stand flying. Mostly it stems from like a traumatic experience when I had as a child, because my father used to work at American Airlines, so he would fly for free. And what ended up happening was that I was probably like 7, 8, so I sat in a plane. And I was going to meet my father in Puerto Rico because, separation, divorce, whatever. So we're flying. I'm asleep, and we hit turbulence. The guy next to me grabs me, and he goes, "This is the end! This is the end!" He's like shaking me and shit. I freaked the fuck out.
Just a little kid?
I'm a little kid. I'm like 7 or 8 years old, and I freaked the fuck out. And I was a chunky boy, so he's grabbing like my fat cheeks and shaking, and I'm like, oh my God. Like the air stewardesses came, they escorted the guy, they had to move into another seat and everything. He was drunk. It was just a bad flight altogether.
Oh my God.
I think that probably has a lot to do why.
Yeah, you're suffering from PTSD still.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with as why I hate flying.
Oh, Jimmy Crickets. An emotional peacock.
Hey, you know what? We have an emotional dog for my girlfriend.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's mostly common for people that they have a lot of depression needs and a lot of emotional needs and things like that. So our dog is registered as an emotional dog for her.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Personally, he's kind of annoying, but I still love him.
Is that the big one that I hear barking all the time?
Yeah, he's the big one.
Well, if it calms her down, that's cool.
Yeah. In other news, though, real quick, are you a fan of Scott Snyder?
Yes, I am.
Apparently, Scott Snyder is going to be taking over Justice League.
Ooh. I like the sound of that, but I thought somebody else was doing it.
Jess, I don't even know anymore at this point.
Okay.
But according to Newsarama, Justice League No Justice will be written by Scott Snyder, Josh Williamson, and James Tynion IV. Basically, Scott Snyder and his protege, James Tynion, and his friend Josh Williamson. Josh Williamson wasn't Snyder's protege, but Tynion was. With art from Francis Manapul, and will run weekly in May. In No Justice, Brainiac arrives on Earth with a warning for DC heroes about an impending threat that can only be stopped if the Justice League join forces with some of DC's worst villains. So in this case, it's like Sinestro, Starro, things like that. So it's an interesting concept. I dig it.
It sounds good.
I dig it. Snyder's been kind of hot and cold with me over the past few years, but I've read a little bit of Metal, and so far from what I've read, it's really fun. So there's something about a good creator and a good artist. When you pair them together, they just knock it out of the park. Your Mark Waid's and Chris Samnee's, your Scott Snyder's and Greg Capullo's,
Yeah.
Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They click. And Scott Snyder with Greg Capullo, that's just a combination that automatically clicks every single time they work together.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good to me. What what was my next question? Where do we think Bendis is going then?
Bendis, that's an interesting thing. Because Bendis this week, he ended up tweeting out something about in regards to meeting with DC editors or something like that. But under the tweet, there was an image with a picture of, there was an iconic scene in Tim Burton's Batman film where you see Michael Keaton standing up and you see the bat signal behind him. You know the shot I'm talking about, right, Jess?
Yeah.
He tweeted out that picture. So the implication is that Bendis is going to be writing Batman. Here's the thing. Fans out there were a little bit worried because they're saying, well, what's going to happen to Tom King? Because Tom King's the one that's writing Batman right now. Guys, there can be more than one Batman book. I'm pretty sure if DC Comics could, their entire line would just be Batman books at this point. I'm super excited for that. I think that's a good pairing.
Well, now is he? I thought he was going to be doing Superman or something, a backup Superman story.
He's doing in Action Comics 1000. He's doing a backup story, and he's got Superman, and Superman has the trunks. He's wearing the red trunks.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy to see the trunks again. As a fan of the classic stuff, I dig the trunks.
Right. Yeah.
So, but Bendis as a Batman writer, that's something that if he can harness that old school Alex Maleev, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Bendis, I think he can really pull something out and really give us a really great run.
And here's Superman in his red trunks right there.
For those of you out there that are too young to remember what they look like.
I agree. Yeah. I seem to be one of the few people out there that likes everything Bendis does. I really am a fan of Bendis. So I even like the stuff of his that other people don't like. I just really like Bendis's writing. I understand that there's some people out there that don't. That's fine. I do. So whatever he writes at DC, I am going to be interested in.
Same. I'm super excited. Bendis has only written for Marvel as far as I know, and he's got a few indie things like that for the longest time, and he's actually looking pretty good. He just lost some weight. Yeah, he was in the hospital a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he was really sick.
Yeah, he had a very bad scare a few weeks ago in the hospital. He had to wear an eye patch and everything, but he's lost a lot of weight. He's looking pretty good, and I forgot what it was. I read something a few weeks ago in regards to an article that he's saying that this was the year that he was he was simplifying his life or something in those lines, and he was just wanting to be more of a happier person. And I guess he's just looking for new ground, new things to do. So I welcome it. I know there are the Bendis detractors out there. Personally, I think it'd be interesting to see if he could bring back Gotham Central, and he could give us some great stories in Gotham Central.
That's a good idea.
I would really like to see him do some Gotham Central stuff. Gotham Central is one of those titles that how many issues was Gotham Central? It was like 40. It was in that ballpark, right?
I don't have it with me. It's upstairs. I'm halfway through it. I haven't read it all yet.
Gotham Central to me is one of those books that I'm surprised that nobody has gone back and started mining the well of that, especially nowadays in regards to everything that's going on with the police and things like that. I think some really, really good stories could come out of that. And I think Bendis, with his penchant for writing great crime stories, could really crank out some good crime stuff in that universe.
I like that idea a lot.
He could he could really tie it into Batman too. Like, let's say, I hope that they don't give him too much to do, too much to work on, because I think Bendis works best when he's got just a handful of titles. I think the Avengers stuff, it got a bit too out of hand personally when he was writing that. I know that a lot of fans really liked it. I know that there were a lot of haters of it. But I think Bendis is a stronger writer when you just give him a handful of books and let him do what he wants to do.
Okay, that sounds good.
I saw a question by John Wilson. Serious question. Yeah, I wanted to address that actually. Mm-hmm. Serious question. Is Gio going to be back on the live streams? I love Gio's enthusiasm. He's a lovely guy. We have had a falling out with Gio. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Gio is one of the sweetest guys that I know. And you want to address it? He's busy with a lot of stuff that's going on over on the island.
Yeah, I mean, he got really nailed by the hurricane. It really affected him personally. A lot of property damage, a lot of things went wrong, but things are looking up. I think it was today or yesterday where he said he may be able to join back. Was it May? Did he say May or is it March?
I think he was talking. I think he mentioned March.
March, okay.
Yeah.
Because the issue is getting Wi-Fi at his house. His house doesn't have a roof. It's you know, he was without electricity for 3 months. So I think the issue is just getting Wi-Fi and electricity at his house. And it sounds like it's going to happen in March. And then Gio can join us again when he feels like he's got the bandwidth, literally.
Yeah, exactly. For those of you that don't know, Gio is, because I think some of you have quite a few of you have probably jumped onto the podcast and stuff like that since Gio got hit with the storm a few months ago. Gio is the YouTuber that does A Week in Geekdom, and if you haven't checked out his channel, you absolutely should. Really cool channel. He does a lot of the stuff we do. Unfortunately, he lives in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico, as most of you know, or all of you know, he got hit with a huge hurricane a few months ago, and they still haven't recovered. Over 30% of the island still doesn't have power. I'm Puerto Rican. My grandfather and my grandmother don't have power still. They haven't had power since the storm hit. Absolutely ridiculous at this point. So he's one of the unfortunate ones, and he's dealing with it right now. But Gio is always an OmniBro, and we've always said no matter what, Gio will always be welcome on any one of our channels. The minute he is able to, we will put him back on in rotation with us.
100%. Nicest guy in the world.
Absolutely. Plug for A Week in Geekdom sucks. Yep. So, Jess, anything else you want to talk about before we start answering more questions from the chat?
No. I do have. Speaking of vinyl, I do have a couple of pieces of vinyl that I wanted to show off that I just got because they're really pretty and they're already out of stock. So let me just go get them real quick.
Okie dokie.
You can sing the theme to the Muppet Show.
Mana mana. Da, 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 da. Mana mana. Da, 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 da. Mana mana. Da, 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 da. Thanks, Lewis. Jess, I love Gio. Yeah, we love Gio too. And like I said, we cannot personally wait for him to come back and be on the show with us.
Okay, I deny whatever you said.
Oh, you deny you wish Gio could be back on the show?
Uh-oh, I meant whatever you said about me.
Oh, man.
Okay, E. Tyler Lindvall, check out my sweater. I put it on just for you, buddy. It's my favorite sweater.
Hey, rocking the sweater today, Jess.
Yeah, I'm rocking it today.
Nice. I see the Shakira box set in the background.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, back there.
Still untouched?
Still untouched. Someday I'll touch it.
That shit is on point.
Right on, man. This group is called 2814. They make ambient music, nice soundscapes. I got this from the United Kingdom. And what's cool about it is you can see the violet theme, and the album is purple.
Purple?
Yeah, purple color. So these are already out of stock. So I was lucky to get them because I just looked at Bleep Records where I got them, and they're already out of stock. But you can still find them on Discogs for a decent price. But this is one of those things that's just going to go up in value. And I look forward to tomorrow listening to it. But before I listen to music, my friend is coming over, and we're going to watch Samurai Cop.
Yes, Samurai Cop. I've heard of that. A movie
I know you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to bring over the Riff Tracks edition of Samurai Cop, so I can't wait.
Oh man, Samurai Cop is that's some good stuff. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard of it.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. I can't wait.
I think you need to watch what I sent you today, After the Fall of New York.
Oh yeah, that looks funny.
Yeah, it's an Italian knockoff film.
And you said it was pretty good.
It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Most people don't realize back in the 70s and in the 80s, there was basically a genre of Italian films, and they were just Italian knockoff films. And pretty much because of the fact that Italians didn't give a shit about international copyright laws, so they literally remade their own versions of a lot of things. And after the Fall of New York is basically think Mad Max, Escape from New York, and like a whole bunch of other 80s movies all tied into a post-apocalyptic frenzy. It's pretty good.
Hmm.
I think you'd enjoy
Okay.
it. What else do you got there, Jess?
Just another 2814 album that I think is probably the same color. It's another
So
double.
what is 2814?
Well, I think you could probably listen to them on YouTube right now if you wanted to pull them up real quick. It's just ambient electronic music. It's not EDM or anything. It's a lot mellower than that. It's something I like to read to when I can't hear vocals. Let's see. I think this is the same color purple. Yeah, it's the same color purple, different album. I can't listen to vocals when I'm reading comic books or a regular book, prose book. The lyrics mess me up, so I gotta have music without words, instrumental stuff. So that's what I like listening to, ambient music, things like that.
Do you have to have music when you read, or do you prefer not to, or it's a mood thing?
I kind of have to have music on throughout the day
Really? Okay.
because I'm home alone a lot, and it gets too lonely, and then I get depressed.
Wow.
So I like to listen to music just throughout the day.
Yeah. That's the thing that people don't realize. A lot of people say, "Oh man, it'd be great if I could work from home and stuff like that." And I've heard stories of people who they work from home and they're like 3 months into it and they're like, "I have to get out of the house."
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can. I can just sit in the same spot and feel really bad about myself, even though everything's going fine. If I'm not out and about and doing stuff, that's why I got to have music on to fill the room, and just give my brain something else to work on besides just sitting there waiting for the next whatever to happen. So yeah, I need to have music going on.
I'm kind of the same way, but I read silently, but I always have to have either background noise on when I'm working or something like that. So I'll always have podcasts or I'll always have YouTube videos on in the backgrounds and stuff like that. My girl will always look at me like, "How do you multitask? How do you listen to that and work on stuff at the same time?" Like I've always been able to do it. I don't know why. It's just something I do. I do it sometimes during video games too.
You have something going on during video games?
I'll have, depending on the video game, I'll have a podcast on, or I'll have something just going on in the background. So I'll catch something sometimes. I'm like, "Oh, that was an interesting fact," or something like that. Just because sometimes when you play video games, it can get really repetitive in terms of the game you play. So like RPGs, role-playing games, they can get pretty repetitive and stuff like that. So I'll put on a podcast and I'll listen to that.
I'm playing Hellblade.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's really great. I play it with headphones on, and they've got the voices going on all over and around you and everything. It's amazing. What a great game. It's not too hard. It's just the right difficulty level for me. And it's got an interesting story, and I love that game. And I have a feeling it's not going to be 100 hours. I don't want a 100-hour game. I'm playing Uncharted 4 with my daughter, and this is taking up most of our lives when she comes over. That game is holy smoke. It's great. I mean,
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But I think we're on chapter 13, and we still have like 9 chapters to go. Saying we just find the freaking treasure and let's get this game over with.
It's God of War is not God of War. I was reading the chat. Uncharted is that one alone is about 20 hours long. It's a long game, dude.
Oh my gosh, we've put in way more than 20 hours just climbing around.
Yeah, you'll put in a lot of time into Uncharted.
She does the climbing and I do all the shooting. She doesn't
That's
like
a good way to go about it.
Yeah, she likes the stealthy stuff and which I hate. She likes the climbing stuff and I like to do all the shooting. So it's really good. That's why we pass the controller back and forth.
Shorty Larson says 20 hours, that's not that long for a game. Dude, trust me, when you start getting up there, I don't know how old he is, I shouldn't say that, but when you start getting up there in age and when you start having multiple jobs and when you start having to juggle responsibilities, 20 hours will take a long time. I've been working on Hellblade for probably about a month now. Hellblade's only like a 7 to 8 hour game. It's not long. But the thing is, I've got so many other things going on, I can only sit down a few hours or maybe 1 or 2 hours a night to play a video game.
It's only 7 or 8 hours?
Hellblade is short. It's a really short game.
Okay, well, that's actually good because, as I say, Uncharted is swallowing up our lives. I want an end. I need a game that has an end in sight. I mean, I love Hellblade and it's beautifully done, but I don't want it to take over my life.
Biggie Cheese, he's one of our favorite commenters.
Yeah.
He asks, favorite Batman comic / story arcs with no Joker involvement besides Year One and the Court of Owls.
Holy smoke! With no
Good
Joker
question.
involvement.
No Joker.
Favorite Batman stories.
No Joker.
No Joker. I like the Judas coin.
Judas Coin is good. Judas Coin is kind of a spiritual successor to Year One, right?
That I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember I really liked it.
That's the introduction of Dr.
Okay, wait a minute. Since I mentioned it, let me pull it out.
Yeah, I forgot his name. He was the bad guy in the second Batman game. Why the hell am I forgetting his name right now? Ooh, yeah. Somebody said Matt Miranda, Black Mirror. Yeah, Black Mirror is my favorite Batman story.
Oh, I forgot it was by Walt Simonson.
Yeah. I think that's the first Hugo Strange, that was it. I think that's the first introduction to the Batmobile too, in a modern day context or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. The Judas coin. 30 pieces of silver, blubbity blah, Judas, blubbity blah. This is the Judas coin, blah, 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 blah. The Paths of Ancient Rome's Golden Gladiator, the Viking Prince, the Pirate Captain Fear, the Wandering Cowboy Batlash, Batman and Two-Face, and the Spacefarer Manhunter 2070. I gotta read this again. I forgot. This was a really good book. I gotta read it again. I've totally forgotten how good a book this was. I really enjoyed the heck out of this. Yeah, this was really a great book. And then, of course, Dark Knight, the Paul Dini story. Dark Knight, when he talking about when he got mugged. That's not really a Batman story, but it's an amazing book.
It's a fantastic read.
Yeah, it really is.
Dark Knight, a true Batman story, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic read. Is Batman Ego by Darwin Cook any good? It's good. It's really good. I think it's very good. It's not really a straightforward Batman story, but it's still really good. Top 3 favorite comic book movies. Jess?
Let's see. Green Lantern, Fantastic Four, No, okay, I'm kidding. Let's see. Top what movies? I really loved Batman Begins.
Bear in mind also, Green Mile, not Green Mile, Road to Perdition. It's a comic book movie.
Oh, yeah,
There's
that's
comic.
right. Road to Perdition was good. Same with History of Violence.
Yeah. So those count.
um, let's see. I love Batman Begins. What can I watch over and I'm trying to think what movie I can watch over and over again besides Napoleon Dynamite. Batman Begins. One movie I can watch a lot and have watched a lot is that first Guardians of the Galaxy. I've
That's
seen
a
that
good one.
4 or 5 times, and I dig it every single time I watch it.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
I like that one more than the second one.
right. I agree with that. I'm just gonna botch it. Whatever I say next. Now that I have 2 things. I mean, 3 is not enough. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
That's good.
I like
Homecoming
that
was
movie.
really good.
I'm gonna happily see that again. I'll buy a steel book of that and watch it happily again.
That's a good choice.
How about you?
Okay. Shit. This is kind of hard. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight for my number 1. That's an obvious one. Logan for number 2 because I've seen Logan at this point so many Logan is one of those movies where not only is it a great movie, but the 4K Blu-ray that they put out is phenomenal. Chances are I'm gonna actually sit down because I have some work to do after this. I'm gonna sit down and I'm actually gonna watch it as I'm doing some work tonight after we're done. I said Dark Knight, Logan. It's really hard, and this stuff changes all the time for me, depending on my mood. There's Avenger, Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, that is a good movie.
Winter Soldier is really good. I think I enjoy Winter Soldier more than Civil War.
I like the Avengers movies too. Gosh, I love the Iron Man movies too. Iron Man. That first Iron Man was so good.
Yeah, it was, and it kicked off everything.
Yeah, it really did. You're right.
What's crazy about that is that people don't remember, but before that movie, Iron Man was a B-list hero. He wasn't considered top tier. I mean, yeah, he was a huge part of Civil War and everything, but he was not considered top tier hero until that film came out, and that really put him on the spot.
Yeah, totally.
Even though I always enjoyed the Iron Man cartoon as a child. The one where he's got the mullet and he's hammering steel and stuff like that, shirtless, but he's got safety goggles on.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah,
you showed me that.
He's doing metal work without a shirt on. Dude is cut,
right?
But he's got safety goggles on for protection. Badass intro too.
Thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer? I thought it looked great.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, somebody put it up in the chat. I'm sorry, somebody put it up on the Omnibus group page. I'm sure you can get it on YouTube right now. It's good. It looks really good. I mean, she's more kick-ass than he is. She's got like blasters and all kinds of things, rockets and blasters and wings and stuff. I don't know. She's awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm becoming the cynical old man where the trailer dropped and I was like, okay, I could wait for it. I wasn't even that. I still haven't watched it, so I'm starting to become that cynical guy. I think we were talking about that in the chat yesterday, among other things. That comic book burnout is, I think it's starting to happen. For me, it's happening where so many of these films are coming out and so many of these TV shows are coming out that I'm just like, okay, it's getting to be a bit too much for me.
Yeah, I'm getting swallowed up by TV shows. I cannot keep up with them. I mean, as a 13-year-old, I would have been absolutely gonzo, but I got a lot going on in my life. Even though I sit at home alone and listen to music, I do have things to do. I can't devote all my time to the CW. So there is an awful lot, and it's all great. But yeah, you're right. I can see suffering from burnout.
And the thing is, I really wish that those CW shows would adopt more of the HBO, Cinemax, Amazon model, where it's 10 episodes or 12 episodes and the season is done. Because to sit through 24-hour-long episodes for a season, that is a hurdle nowadays.
Yeah, you're right.
So many other things competing for your attention and so many other great things that's one of the main drawbacks why I haven't watched The Flash. Where every time I tried to put it on, I go, there's like, they're on season 4 now, and each one of them has 24 episodes. I'm like, there's almost like 100 episodes of fucking Flash. I don't want to sit through this right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too big of a commitment for me.
Yeah. Matt Miranda says he'll be on the lookout for Steelbook Spidey. Thank you, dude.
You don't have the Steelbook?
No, I only have one Steelbook, and that's Wonder Woman, your favorite child actress.
Fuck that movie. No. I like Wonder Woman. Before somebody sends me a chat, I like Wonder Woman. I just don't like the child actress in Wonder Woman. She's terrible. Kristen Robertson asks, I'm almost done with the last postal trade and loving it. Where in the Edenverse should I go next, Jess? Think Tank?
Oh, okay. Good question.
This is all you, man.
It depends on what kind of mood you're in. Think Tank is very, it's not complex, but I mean, a solid third of that book is his research that he's used to talk about all the weapons and government programs and stuff that he bases the comic book on. So, I mean, it's lighthearted and funny, but it's really serious, dealing with a lot of government weapons programs. So it's a bit more of a commitment than The Tithe. The Tithe is a bit shorter, a little more easy to digest. So I would say it depends on your mood. If you want to latch on to something really meaty, then you want Think Tank. If you want something that's a little lighter, like a sorbet, then you're going to want The Tithe. They're both great, though. You need to finish. You need to read and finish both of them because they're both great.
We talked about Postal a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Probably. I talk about it all the time.
For nobody that's ever read Postal, what is Postal and what is the Edenverse? Now you got me intrigued.
I have a copy of Postal number 6 right here. This is the kid from Postal. He works in the post office in Eden, Wyoming, which is technically doesn't exist. It's where they've taken criminals who've served their time, and the FBI and some other guy, I can't remember his name, have established this place where criminals can go, and they're off the radar. They're off the map. Eden doesn't technically exist. And this kid's name is Mark, and the mayor is a woman, his mother. She runs the town with an iron fist, and he is on the spectrum of Asperger's, where he is happy running the post office, but he also is extremely talented when it comes to solving crimes and stuff, or finding out how to get them out of certain situations. The town of Eden, maybe a bad apple has moved in and attracted the wrong. Anybody that kills in the town is immediately executed. There's no murder allowed in the town. There's a sheriff and everything. You're not allowed to break crime. You're not allowed to commit crimes there or break the law. So they run it with an iron fist, and it's mostly peaceful. But this deals with when some. I mean, there's a few arcs going through it. So the I'm running out of words right now. I think the pain pills are leaving my body from the dental surgery I had. So you need to, once you're done with volume 6, which is this, you need to go on to Comixology and download and read issue 25, because that finishes it up, but is an amazing issue that you have to read, because it like explodes a bunch of new ideas into the universe of Postal. So you need to read issue 25 right after you read volume 6. And then after issue 25, there's going to be a couple of one-shots that tie up every single loose end. But this guy, Matt Hawkins, is an amazing writer. I don't think he wrote this. Brian Hill wrote this one, this Postal. But I love this. And then it ties in the Edenverse, it's called. It ties in with the Tithe and with Think Tank, and the research that he's put into the Tithe, which is about corrupt churches and hackers trying to stop corrupt churches. And then the Think Tank is about a brilliant guy who works for the government designing weapons that kill, and he decides that he doesn't want to do that anymore. The research this guy Matt Hawkins does is fascinating, and it's all he puts in the websites and where you can find the information and where he got all his information, and the research he does is just amazing. It's as interesting as the comic book. So there's my spiel on the Edenverse.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. It sounds really good, actually. You've got me intrigued as far as that whole universe goes. Do you think we'll ever see a hardcover edition of it?
I don't know. Wait, why am I echoing?
I don't know. Are you?
I hear me echoing. Wait a minute. No, it's turned off there.
I feel like Postal is this year's Irredeemable.
I think this year's Irredeemable is Suicide Risk. This is an amazing book. It's crazy amazing. Postal is from Image, so it's going to depend on Matt Hawkins if he wants to have a hardcover. Yeah, I am echoing. I wonder why that happens. Let me see if I can unplug my headphones.
Might be.
Hello?
Hello?
It's still echoing.
Let me try. What about now?
Hello?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's me. I pay for the best internet, and I still get the shitty results.
No, I'm still echoing.
All right, I'll do the dropout thing. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I hate this.
I'll still be here.
All right.
Okay, it's just me. Echo. I was echoing a lot of times. Yeah, Matt, you're right. It is. Someone mentioned Hill hinting at an HC or some sort of collected edition for Postal. That'd be good. Brian Hill, James Dayrit, that would be good. Yeah, I know. Luis isn't echoing, but he's usually the culprit. He causes other people to echo. So that's always the problem. And I will say that I am going to do a bunch of videos since I've been laid up with foot surgery. I've had 2 weeks, almost 3, where I haven't been able to do anything. It's on my right foot, so I can't drive. So this year's Irredeemable is Suicide Risk. This book is crazy good, amazingly good. You can get it on Comixology or Comixology Unlimited. It's by Boom Studios. I'm going to do a video on it and the rest of the books that I've read. I've read about 30 books so far in the past 2 weeks. So, and everything's been great. I've been so lucky. I've been blessed to be reading tons of great stuff. Where did I get Trade Paperback 5? I just got lucky and found it on the internet, but I encourage everyone to read it digitally because Volume 5 is really hard to find. Fariha, an admin on the group, had hers sent to her by Boom. She wrote and said, "Gee, what's the deal with Volume 5?" And they said, "Oh, here's a copy," and they just sent it to her. So she got lucky that way.
I saw a question. Biggie Cheese asks, "Hey Lewis, I asked the other OmniBros, but I want to hear from you. Though I know what you'll probably say. Do you trust Feige, MCU, and Disney to fix the X-Men and take them in a more satisfying direction?"
Where's that?
Oh, that's all the way back. That's back a few scrolls.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I see.
Okay, so here's the deal with me in regards to that. I was actually, I think, one of the few detractors of this whole thing, of the whole X-Men being kind of streamlined into to the Marvel Universe. Simply because I think that we were starting to see Fox finally get their shit together and starting to understand more of what to do with these characters, where they were starting to put out more single character films where you got Deadpool, you got Logan, you had New Mutants, which has been pushed back now a year. And those are movies that, had they been under the Marvel Disney umbrella, we would have never gotten them. Dollars to donuts, that's an old saying. We would have never seen a Logan film under the Disney umbrella. Not the Logan film we got. And that was part of the reason why I was like, oh man, then, they're just going to get swallowed up into the Marvel Universe, which is fine. And I'm kind of excited to see what they do with them because, they tend to treat their characters well. And yes, Fox has had their setbacks, but they've also given us some really good gems. And over the past few years, their track record has gotten a little bit better. And I would argue they've put out the two probably most important comic book films in the past recent years in Deadpool and Logan. So I'm excited, kind of, but at the same time, yes, I understand that they have the Miramax brand or whatever it is, and they can still put out R-rated films. And Feige has already said, and a few people have already said, they don't have any plans to change Deadpool, and they want to keep him rated R. But I don't know. I really wish that I really would have loved to have seen what they could have done going forward.
Gabe says, "Where's this discount code I keep hearing about?" Which reminds me, since we're in the middle or close to the end, we should probably give out the information again for people that are tuning in late about our fabulous sponsor, InStockTrades, where quarterly they will be giving OmniBros the code for a discount. This is not going to be stackable. It's not going to be in addition to anything. It will be a set percentage, probably like 3%, I'm guessing, instead of the normal 2%. That'll be quarterly. It's not stackable, but we're damn lucky to get it. We're very excited that they're actually doing that for us. And bomb-proof packaging, fabulous discounts on new books, great customer service, and $50 or more in the United States gets you free shipping, which is another nice little deal for the great people at InStockTrades. We love InStockTrades, and apparently they love us.
Mm-hmm.
which is amazing.
Yes, it is. Great company, great people. Tyler Blunt is in the chat. That's a name I haven't seen in a while.
Yay, Tyler. Darth Blunt, we call him.
Darth Blunt. Oh, man. Gonna be 51 in March. I'm gonna be 29 in September.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're not even 30 yet?
I'm not Jesus, Jess.
You little
Make me
spud. Jeez.
I know I look old, but man, yeah, I'm 29 in
I didn't
September.
say you looked old. I just am pissed off that you're not even 30 yet.
I'm not 30 yet. Riley's even younger than me.
I know, right? I think Riley's younger than my daughter.
Yeah, Riley's the youngest. I think Riley's, what, 27? He's the youngest out of all of us.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's a 27-year-old. God, to be 27 again.
27. What was I doing in 27? That was 1986. Yeah. I was pretty stupid when I was 27.
And most of the time we are when we're in our 20s. 20s is like that last grab where after that you have nothing left to live for.
Right.
It all goes downhill from there once you hit 30. I'm sorry, guys.
Right. Totally true. And I'm somebody that's knocking on the door of 60 in the next couple of years. So think about that.
Nick, you are not 38.
I know. That's funny.
There's no way in hell Nick is 38. If Nick is 38, I want to know what he's taking because that fountain of youth is good.
Yeah. He's not 38.
I think Nick's my age. Sakura Darling just turned 27. Enjoy your 30s. 40s, it's all downhill. You know, I keep hearing that they keep every time you hit the new like 30 or the new 10 set, it's like, no, I'm gonna push the bar back. 40 is the way it goes downhill.
That's right. James has seen me in person. I have the abs of a 20-year-old.
Just has the abs of a 20-year-old.
James, as a matter of fact, we will be in California, I think, this summer. So I'll be getting a hold of you, and Matt Miranda, we should get a Bay Area meetup.
Ooh. Well, when are you heading to Cali? I didn't know this.
It happened. This is exactly how it happened. My wife was headed out the door to go to work, and she goes, hey, let's go to California this summer. Call your sister, see if she's going to be there, and love you, bye. And I'm like, what? We're going to California this summer? So, I mean, she just like threw it at me. So, yeah, I think we're going to go to California this summer. I don't know when it's going to be, but we're going to be in Northern California, yeah.
Nice, man. Let me know when you guys fly out. I might end up taking a trip out there where you could all meet up.
No, you save yourself for Vegas.
I don't know, because I kind of want to go to Cali more because I want to hang out with Matt and Nick over there.
Oh, okay. Well, Nick will have to break the rules and come up to Northern California. I know he thinks I hate Southern California, but that's not true. I just went there and had In-N-Out burgers, so.
That's right. You flew a private jet and everything.
A private jet. I was stuck in the middle on the way out.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Jess has actually a private plane he takes on the weekends to locate. He has his own pilot and everything.
Yeah, I just go to every In-N-Out burger I can every weekend.
Specifically just for In-N-Out.
Right.
I wish there was an In-N-Out next to me. John P. says, I'm going to house sit for Jess. You would come back with nothing in your house, Jess.
I would never let John P., even in my city.
When are y'all visiting Massachusetts? I know it's high on your vacation. What is there?
No, that's Mississippi, Tyler. Tyler lives in Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi. Jesus, God.
I could visit Tyler there.
What's in Mississippi?
Tyler.
Oh, aside from Tyler.
Yeah. His daughter is so cute. We saw her on the tax call the other day.
She's adorable.
She's so cute.
Yeah, I hanged out with Tyler a few months ago. For a few hours a few months ago. Yeah.
Did he come to Florida?
Yeah, he came to Florida. We chilled for a few hours.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
We ended up hanging out for a few hours. We checked out a few local spots. We didn't find anything good, but we still hanged out. Visit Florida. No, you don't want to visit Florida. Florida was actually just ranked the worst city in the United States. The worst state in the United States, or rather.
Oh, John P's coming to Third Eye. I will meet you there, John P. Third Eye is awesome. There's no whales there anymore. It's been picked clean. It's a singles mecca, though. There's billions of singles, tons of trade paperbacks, omnibuses, everything. There's nothing rare or anything, but it is the greatest customer service I have ever seen in any kind of retail store. It is a shockingly great store. I love all the people there at Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Tyler will be back in Orlando this summer. Oh, dude, hit me up when you get here in Orlando. We'll hang out. If you need anybody to pick you up from the airport, let me know. I'll be your guy. Have you ever done bicycling, Jess?
Yeah, back in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
You mean for exercise or as a means of getting around?
Exercise.
Yeah, no.
No.
I didn't enjoy it. My wife wants to do that. Once my foot heals, she wants us to get the bikes out and start bike riding, and I'd rather go walking, but she wants to go bike riding. So I think that's how I'm going to try and get back in shape.
Bicycling isn't bad. It's a low impact on the knees, I think.
That's a good point.
So I think that would be perfect for you. What about tennis? Tennis isn't bad on the knees, right?
No, but I can't, because I have replacement knees, I can't play tennis.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Because there's too much stopping and starting. And I don't have the knees for that anymore. Can't run, can't do tennis. I don't think I can do skiing. I don't ski anyway, so I don't care.
What about water aerobics? Can you do stuff like that?
With all the old people?
Yeah. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there, you know?
I can do water aerobics.
They
sure.
have water aerobics for pregnant women and, younger people.
It'd be a good way for me to feel young, I'll tell you that.
Who is Dion?
Oh, Jess, I would really like to know your thoughts on Dion. Like, is he as bad as everyone says? I think he not might be so bad. That was the Thanos controversy that Donnie Cates wrote. I believe it was issue 14 of the new Thanos series. Mm-hmm. His mother was going to name him Dion. But what's that?
Really, Dion?
Yeah, but then when he was born, she realized he was going to be an evil titan, so she changed it and decided to name him Thanos. And there was a huge controversy over it, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something. Tyler knows all about it. That everybody was saying, oh, they're retconning Thanos' name. They're trying to call him Dion. And no, Donnie Cates answered it and just said his mom wanted to call him Dion or Dion or whatever it is. But then once she saw what he was really like, she changed it to Thanos. And then he killed and ate his mom and dad or whatever he ended up doing.
This is what nerds are arguing about online.
Right.
All the bad shit in the world, and they're mad because they didn't even officially change the name because the mom wanted to name him Dion or Diane or Don, whatever the hell she wanted to call him. And this is what they are mad about online. Jeez.
Yeah, that's like if you were going to have a kid and you had a name in mind for the kid, and then when the kid was born, you're like, oh, she's not a Susie, she's more of a Janie. So Janie it'll be. That's like how big a deal it is. It's not a big deal. It's not ridiculous.
People just want to get absolutely mad for every little thing on the internet at this point.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jeez.
I agree.
And I don't know. I don't know. What it is, whatever. It is what it is. Who's writing that book anyway at this point?
Look at what Eric Lindvall wrote. My mom wanted to name me Jess, but then figured out I was going to be evil. So here I am. That's funny.
Who's writing that Thanos miniseries?
Donnie Cates took it over
Oh, okay.
from Jeff Lemire. The Jeff Lemire run was really good, but
Was
the
it
Donnie Cates stories have been amazing.
really?
I'm reading those on Comixology. I'm not waiting for a collected edition. I'm getting them
Oh.
on Comixology. They're awesome.
Is Thanos still a dick?
It's really interesting. It's interesting what Lemire puts him through, and then the direction that Cates has it going. You're really questioning what's going on. Like where this is going. It's really good. It is really, really good. Riley turned me on to it, and as usual, Riley is right with every single recommendation he gives me. I think he's like 10 for 10 so far.
I'll have to check that out. I've never been a crazy Thanos fan.
I think this book might make you one.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I've always had a passing interest in the character, but nothing that I've ever dove into too heavily or anything like that. I'm like, oh, okay, Thanos, he's the big bad and stuff, and that might be part of the reason why I'm not that super excited about Infinity War, despite all the hype and build-up. Because I've talked to you about that I'm not. I want to see it, but I'm not like over the moon to watch it or anything like that. I just the character never really appealed to me. Never really struck a chord with me.
Well, you don't even to enjoy Lemire and Cates' run. You don't even need to know that much about Thanos. It's like you don't even really need a backstory. You just need to know there's a mad titan named Thanos, and that's really about it. It's easy to follow. A really excellent story. Both are really excellent stories. So yeah, I highly encourage you to read them, even if you're not a fan. They're really well written. Jess, how do you feel about gimmies in golf?
What's a gimme?
That's if you got like a 1 foot putt, you just say that's good, and the guy picks it up. You don't make him putt it. That's called a gimme.
What's a 1 foot putt? I've never played golf like that.
Oh, you're on the green and your ball's like a foot away from the hole.
Oh,
you have to putt it in.
Okay.
But then you usually just say that's good. That's a gimme. And I'm all in favor of people giving me gimmies, but I don't like to give them. I accept them, but I don't like to give them.
Have you been hitting the range lately at all? Before the foot thing, I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had been playing a lot of golf right up until I hurt my knee, which was right before Christmas. So yeah, I had been playing golf right up until Christmas.
How have you been feeling with it? You've been pretty good?
Nah, I've been okay. I'm not nearly as good as I was when I was a youngster.
Oh,
but
really?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm nowhere. I'm nowhere even close to being as decent as I was.
Have you ever won any tournaments or anything?
Back when I was a kid, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
And in my 20s.
Shorty Larson's asking your handicap.
My handicap is 15, and it used to be a 7.
I'm going to assume that's really good.
A 7, I was good. At 15 now, and just average, unfortunately. It drives me crazy.
Okay.
OmniDog, thanks for your video on DC Rebirth. Yay! It really helped me placing my order on InStockTrades for the first book to get me into that world. Nice. No, I have not had one. Never.
I was going to ask you that. Have you ever had a hole-in-one?
No, I've been playing since I was 13, and I've never had a hole-in-one.
Ever gotten close?
Oh, yeah, I've gotten very close.
Huh. John P. Who else is coming to Third Eye Comics in, let's say, August? I just found out, like we were talking to Gabe earlier in the chat. I just found out that Third Eye Comics, the owner,
You mean
is
Torpedo?
the drummer from System of the Down. I didn't even know that.
Torpedo Comics, where he
Yeah,
works.
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I'll be honest and say I don't think I've ever heard a System of a Down song.
I mean, you might have heard some of it in the background. They've got some really popular music.
Were they
Huey
popular
P.
in the 90s?
Yeah, mostly in the 2000s.
2000s? Okay.
Yeah. Huey P. Louis V says, "I'd be down to go. I'm in New York. What else is there to do in the area?"
John B says, I don't know.
Bike.
Annapolis is right on the water, so it's a really cool old colonial, like Old Town Annapolis is really cool. You could hang out in Annapolis. That's where Naval Academy is. So Annapolis is beautiful.
Um,
Soft shell crabs. That's right, buddy.
what's your favorite golfer, Gabe? I mean, Naked Jess. I was reading.
I don't have a favorite golfer. I don't even pay attention to golf on TV.
Really, too boring for you?
Yeah, I'd rather play it.
Yeah, I'm the same way with most sports and video games. I can't get into watching people play video games. There are some people that they'll sit through what's called Let's Plays, and
Oh
they will
yeah,
sit there and watch 10 hours of somebody playing a video game. I don't. Just find it boring. I'm like, I'd rather play the game myself than watch somebody else do it.
that what's that game everybody loves? Overwatch.
Yeah.
There is a huge league now to play in Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
To watch people play Overwatch. That is a huge deal. They've got professional teams playing Overwatch. They're playing video games and you're watching them play Overwatch. And there's
Yeah.
like real money involved. These guys are making serious dosh.
By all means, do whatever you want to do that makes you happy, but I can't do it. I just find watching that stuff boring. I'd rather play.
I think it's fascinating that you can finally that it's a sport. Video gaming is a sport now.
For a lot of people, it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. David Codd has a good idea. Maybe plan a detour around the time of Baltimore Comic-Con. You could come and see Third Eye Comics, go and stay in Baltimore and go to the Baltimore Comic-Con, which is a great con. That'd be a great idea.
John P., you've never been to a convention. Wow.
Baltimore's a good one to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Very
I've heard
well
C2.
organized.
You went to C2E2, right?
No, I've never been.
Okay, but you go to Baltimore sometimes.
I've been to Baltimore twice.
How was that?
It was fun. Last year is when I saw Mark Waid and posed in the picture with him. Awesome Con is a good con in DC. That's actually run by Third Eye Comics. That's a really good con. So I'll probably go to those two. If I can walk properly, I'll go to those two this year.
We have
like Jay Lewis goes to those. I think Faria goes to those. And some other locals.
We have a MegaCon here in Orlando. It's the biggest Southern convention in the United States. I go every year. It's fun.
Is that the one that Gabe came to go to?
Yeah, last year I actually got recognized like 3 times.
That's amazing.
It's always weird when that happens.
David Codd actually recognized my voice at Third Eye Comics. He's in the chat now. He came up and said, "Are you the OmniDog?" I said, "Well, yeah, I am." That's the time I've been recognized.
Yeah, it's weird when it happens. I've had it happen 3 times at the con. I've had it happen a total of, I think, of about 6 times.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool when it happens. I'm always available to talk to. I'd like to think I'm a nice person. If you just come up to me and say hi, I'd say hi, and we strike up a conversation. So I'm not gonna be a dick, I promise.
Jess, were you watching LA Law? Is this my wife? How do you know so much about my life? Jess, were you watching LA Law when Rosalind fell down the elevator shaft? Yeah, I was. What the hell is this? Is this like my sister or something? Sam always asks the most private, amazing questions about my life.
As long as they don't start asking, have you folded your laundry yet or anything like that.
Yeah, right. Did you put the towels away yet?
Then you got to start worrying.
Yeah, so I did see LA Law when she fell down the shaft.
What is LA Law?
It was a TV show back in the, I think, late 80s. LA Law. It was by the same guy that did Hill Street Blues and NYPD Blue.
You know what I used to enjoy watching as a kid for some sick reason? And I have it on Amazon Prime now. Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, with Leonard Nimoy narrating?
Was it Leonard Nimoy that was narrating?
I think he did Unsolved Mysteries, didn't he? I thought.
Oh, I thought it was somebody else. It's been so long. Unsolved Mysteries. Or something like that. I forgot how the intro goes. LA Law is the story of my life.
Yeah, that's right. You're an LA lawyer.
Is he officially a lawyer now? Nick graduated.
That I don't know.
Nick, are you a lawyer yet?
Are you in laugh school?
Are you in laugh school?
Oh, Robert Stack.
Are you a lawyer and can you legally marry me and my girl?
It wasn't Dick Wolf. It was Stephen Bochco.
Ah. Actually, I wouldn't mind having Matt Miranda or Nick marry me and my girl. Wait, Jess, you're a certified. You could do weddings, can't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, why?
I thought you got certified online.
No. What a great idea, though.
I thought you did. You should totally get certified to marry people online. It's an easy course from what I've heard. You take an online course and you're done within like a day or something.
That'd be awesome if I married you and your girl.
I actually would be down with that.
I would fly down to do that.
Robert Stack. That's who it was. It was Robert Stack.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Jess, you should totally do the online marrying course.
That's hilarious.
Nick can legally marry you. Okay, guys, you need to start booking Nick Munoz for your weddings. We're gonna start seeing everybody in the group getting married by Nick.
That's awesome.
I wonder how much Nick would charge.
I don't know.
Can you charge? You charge for something like that, I imagine, right?
You got me. You're asking the wrong guy. I don't even know.
Just think about it. Just saying. There's a lot of people in the group that would pay to get married by the OmniDog. Just think about it.
Okay, I will think about it. That'd be fun to have that on my business card.
I'm telling you, I think there would be a good amount of people that they would pay to have you to wed them from the group. They would probably fly you out and everything.
Stay-at-home dad, OmniDog, legal preacher.
Legal preacher. That would be great.
Okay, I will look into that.
I'm telling you. Okay, I'm telling you, if you do it and you certify yourself within the next 3 years, I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit. Somebody would book you to marry them in the group. Somebody would do it.
Somebody, Kristen Robertson says that she'd pay me in root beer. I'd accept that.
You accept that?
I accept root beer as payment. Yes, you bet.
None of that cheap stuff, though.
I would totally take root beer in payment.
What brand?
We'd work that out. That'd be in the contract.
I would get divorced, find another lady, and get married again just to have Jess marry me.
What is it, Unitarian or something? I mean, like, how do I even look it up Do I just look up online marriage license or something? Marriage counselor, marriage guy?
I don't know.
All
I think
right.
it's through the Unitarian Church. There's a church through a church that you can do it.
Okay, I totally will do this.
I
That
wonder
sounds
what
fun.
I wonder what the fee is.
Oh, to get it?
Yeah,
Get the license to do it?
yeah, yeah, an ordained minister. That's what it
Ordained
is.
minister. Okay. Oh yeah, drinking fresh A&W out of glass mugs. David, you're totally right. It is good, right out of the tap. Ordained
Wait,
minister. All right, I'll look that up.
wow. Wait, Nick, you could really legally marry us. Wow.
Shorty Larson, Transmet is one of our favorite books.
But it's not coming out with the third volume in December.
You are totally going to be paying me an In-N-Out burger on that one.
It's not gonna happen, man.
It totally is. You are going to be paying me an In-N-Out burger.
Nah,
Damn you.
I'm pretty confident I won't be in this one.
Well, I know because you don't pay your bets.
An
So-
In-N-Out burger, I'd pay you.
Hmm. Well, it's 9:30.
How long have we been going? It's been about an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, it's been about an hour and a half, and we sort of wanted to wrap this up.
Yeah. I got work to do. Jess, where can they find you?
They can find me at OmniDog's Vault on YouTube. That's OmniDog's Vault, and on Instagram, you can find me under OmniDogs_Vault. OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram. And I'm also a member of Ryleymo's Omnibus Collectors, Comic Swap, and Community.
Hey, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And you can find me at Comics Guide 101, where I do comic book reading orders and things like that. I'm working on a video for Black Panther coming out in the following few days. It's just been super crazy for me. I've been working a new job, and it's been taking up a lot of my free time. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Wednesday show. We are trying to, one last thing before we sign off, we're trying to hit 1,000 subs because of the way that YouTube has changed their algorithm. If we hit 1,000 subs, we can start monetizing these videos again, so we get some pennies out of this. So we would really appreciate it if you shared this video with your friends, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff, so we can keep doing this show for you guys.
That's right.
And yeah, one more time, InStockTrades, our sponsor. Love them. Go over there. You can get 45 to 50% off on hardcovers, trades, and paperbacks. All that good stuff. Check them out. And Jess, have a good night.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Bye.